there's a British comedian by the name of Ricky Gervais, I believe that's how you...
Gervais, yeah.
Gervais, okay, yeah. And he's an atheist.
Yeah.
That's how he's talked a lot about that. And he's had a bunch of debates with Christians and whatever. And he made an interesting comment about the Bible. He was talking about how if you were to take any religious text, religious book, specifically the Bible in this case, and any science book over the course of history, and you were to crumble them, throw them away, burn them, and they were completely gone. And 1,000 years from now, those science texts or science books would be back, and religion would be practically forgotten. And you mentioned how the New Testament writers didn't create the resurrection, but rather the resurrection created the New Testament writers. They witnessed the death and resurrection of Christ. No one here in this room, no one today has witnessed that. We get that information from the Bible. So my question to you is, if somebody were to ask you something like that, how would you respond?
Well, first of all, the exact opposite is true. All those science books in the past that got it wrong are gone. The Bible's still here, right? You know, when they thought the ether was the essence of reality, you know, that's not true. When they thought bloodletting was a good thing, that's not true, okay? So there are, as I mentioned earlier, as I say, you can't trust everything on Wikipedia, but you go to the Wikipedia overturned scientific theories page, and there's scores of these theories that have been overturned. Those antiquated science books are gone in terms of us using them because they're false. However, the scriptures still stand tall. And yes, not every one of us have witnessed Jesus rising from the dead, none of us in this room. But none of us have witnessed George Washington either. We still believe he existed. None of us have witnessed Aristotle. None of us have witnessed most of things that have gone on in history. That doesn't mean we can't know something about those things. In fact, history is largely the result of testimony. That's how you know what happened. Now, sometimes you get remains left over, like archaeological remains, which are just really documents put in stone, all right? It's just a different medium. Or sometimes it's an artifact that doesn't have any writing on it, but it will help you discover what's going on or corroborate what a particular text says. So I don't think Ricky Gervais is right about that. I think science continues to be overturned by newer theories, and those older books don't matter anymore, whereas the Bible is still relevant, even though it was written from 3,400 years ago through Jesus's time, just past Jesus's time. So, and even if he were right about it, it doesn't prove or disprove Christianity, right? This is another one of those arguments, you know, oh, I don't believe in God. Why? Because there is in the Bible. That doesn't mean there's no God. Even if his theory's right, what does it prove? Nothing, right? So, look, people have to make their own decisions. God does not overwhelm us with evidence, so we're compelled to believe, but he gives us enough evidence to know if we want to believe that he's real, but he leaves enough ambiguity so we can go our own way if we don't want to.